Again, two witnesses. Like we said last week, ain't no time to be playing. Straight up. Everybody that don't want the truth, get out the way, move. Because this ain't no joke. We're gonna show y'all the two witnesses. We'll show y'all how prophecy is being fulfilled right now. Let's go to Revelation 16 and 12. Read that.
Revelation 16 and 12. Revelation 16 and 12. And the sixth angel poured out his veil upon the rivers Euphrates.
Upon the rivers of what?
Euphrates.
The rivers Euphrates. So this angel poured out his vial on the river Euphrates. Go ahead, read.
And the waters thereof were dried up, that the way of the king of the east might be prepared.
So the waters of this great river is drying up as this angel poured his vial upon it. You'll read an article from the New York Times. I'll show y'all. Read this.
Sure. That's the Euphrates River article that was poured out. That was poured off the papers that we copied. I'm gonna read it. It says Euphrates River is drying up. This is out of the New York Times. No connection to the book of Revelations. Actually, it says a boy rested on the mud in a dried up section of the Euphrates River near Jubayesh, Iraq. And this is in June. This is early June picture. This is from this month. If you can see that. I don't know. So if you want to get the clipping, the headings, you can. So that
and see that this river is being dried up as we speak. So this is showing you that the 144,000 has been sealed. This is another prophecy that's being fulfilled right now as we speak. It's going down right now. Now let's get into the two witnesses. Let's go to Revelations 11 and 3.
Revelations 11 and 3. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 score days.
How long?
1,203 score days.
So that's 3.5 years that they're going to prophesy. The two witnesses. Go ahead.
Clothed in sackcloth.
Clothed in sackcloth. Sackcloth represents mourning. So when you see sackcloth, it always represents mourning. But for lack of a better word, they're going to be so-called bums. They ain't going to be dressed in a fancy suit. It's a couple dudes who's saying that they the two witnesses, and you see them on their books, and they got on nice, fancy suits. So this will let you know off the top that they not it. That this is a lie. They not the two witnesses. Because they dress fancy, and they going to be dressed in sackcloth, prophesying for 3.5 years. Go ahead.
These are the two olive trees and the candlesticks standing before the power of the earth.
So these are the two, read that again.
These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the power of the earth.
So they stand before the power of the earth. You look in the Strong's and look up this standing before, it means standing in the face. Where is the Most High at? He's in heaven. So these two witnesses must be in heaven right now. Not on the earth. They gotta be in heaven if they standing before the Most High. Okay, let's go to Zechariah. Go to Zechariah 4. Zechariah 4 and 2.
I don't think that's it. Zechariah 4.
Zechariah 4 and 2. Go ahead.
Zechariah 4 and 2. You want to lock that? And said unto me, What seest thou? And I said, I have looked, and behold, a candlestick all of gold, with a bowl upon the top of it.
It's that candlestick again. Go ahead.
And his 7 lamps thereon, and 7 pipes to the 7 lamps, which are upon top thereof, and 2 olive trees by it.
And there is again the 2 olive trees. Again, we see the 2 olive trees and the candlesticks. Go ahead.
One upon the right side of the bowl,
So one stands on the right side,
and the other upon the left side thereof.
and the other on the left side thereof. Now jump down to 10.
For who has despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and from through the whole earth.
Go ahead.
Then answered I and said unto him, What are these 2 olive trees upon the right side of the candlestick?
See, so he asked, what are these 2 olive trees? What are these 2 that stand on the side of the candlesticks? Go ahead.
And upon the left side thereof.
And upon the left side thereof. So they asked, what are these? Go ahead.
And I answered again and said unto him, What be these 2 olive branches, which though the 2 golden pipes empty the golden oil out of themselves?
Go ahead.
And he answered me and said, Knowest thou not what these be? And I said, No, my Lord. Then said he, These are the 2 anointed ones.
The 2 who?
The 2 anointed ones.
The 2 anointed ones.
That stand by the Lord of the whole earth.
So again, if the Lord is in heaven, these 2 are standing by him in heaven. So the 2 witnesses must be in heaven to be standing before him. All right, let's go back. Go back to Revelation 11 and 4. Read that.
Revelations 11 and 4. These are the 2 olive trees, and the 2 candlesticks standing for the power of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth the enemies.
Now we're going to show y'all who went up to heaven, to show you exactly who the 2 witnesses are. We're going to start off with one of them. Let's go to Genesis 5. Genesis 5 and 19.
Genesis 5 and 19. Okay. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with the Most High.
He did what?
He walked with the Most High.
Okay, he walked with him. How did he do that? Go ahead.
And he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with the Most High.
So he walked with the Most High.
And he was not.
And he was not. Go ahead.
For the Most High took him.
For the Most High took him.
For the Most High took him. And Methuselah lived in 807 years and begat Lamech.
Okay, that's good. Now we're going to go into the book of Jasher to give you the more detailed story of this account. Book of Jasher.
What verse?
Chapter 3, verse 31.
Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, verse 31.
And all the sons of men assembled. And all the sons of men assembled. And came to Enoch that day. And all the kings of the earth with their princes and counselors remained with him that day. And Enoch then taught the sons of men wisdom and knowledge, and gave them divine instruction. And he made them serve the Most High, and walked in the ways of all the days of their lives. And he continued to make peace among them. And it was after this that he rose up and rode upon the horse. And he went forth, and all the sons of men went after him, about 800,000 men.
So you see that? 800,000 men is following behind Enoch. This dude was powerful. Go ahead.
And they went with him one day journey. And the second day he said to them, return home to your tent. Why will you go? Perhaps you may die. And some of them went from him, and those that remained went with him 6 days journey. And Enoch said to them, every day return to your tents, lest you may die. But they were not willing to return, and they went with him.
So they want to follow him so bad that they might die. And he's steadily telling them, go back. Go back. Y'all not me, y'all can't go. Go back. But they want to follow him so bad. Go ahead.
And on the 6th day, some of the men remained and clung to him. And they said to him, we will go with thee to the place where thou goest. As the Lord liveth, death only shall separate us.
So right there, they let you know that the only way we're going to leave is if we die. That's how bad they want to follow Enoch. That's how powerful this guy was. Go ahead.
And they urged so much to go with him that he ceased speaking to them. And they went after him and would not return. And when the king returned, they caused a census to be taken in order to know the number of the remaining men that went with Enoch. And it was upon the 7th day that Enoch ascended into heaven in a whirlwind. With horses, he ascended into heaven in a whirlwind.
So he went into heaven in a whirlwind on the 7th day, on the 7th. Go ahead.
With horses and chariots of fire.
Go ahead.
And on the 8th day, all the kings that had been with Enoch sent to bring back the number of men that were with Enoch, and that first place from which he ascended into heaven. And all those kings went to the place, and they found the earth was filled with snow, and upon the snow were large stones of snow. And one said to another, come, let us break through the snow and see, perhaps the man that remained with him. Come, let us break through the snow and see, perhaps the men that remained with Enoch are dead. And all are now under the stone of snow. And they searched, but could not find him, for he has ascended into heaven.
So Enoch is in heaven. Now let's see if he ministers before the Most High in heaven. Let's get the book of Adam and Eve and show y'all that Enoch was still, he wasn't only ministering on the earth, but he was also ministering in heaven also. What chapter is that?
Chapter...
No, from Enoch.
Oh, that was...
that
book of Adam and Eve, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was book of Adam and Eve. What you got on it?
20 and 22 or something?
Yeah, 22. 22 and 4.
Okay, read that.
The book of Adam and Eve, chapter 22, verse 4. Enoch continued his ministry before the Lord.
He did what?
He continued his ministry before the Lord.
So remember back in Revelations, it said they stand before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
They stand before him. This is him doing it right now. Go ahead.
Enoch continued his ministry before the Lord 385 years. And at the end of this time, he became aware through the grace of the Most High that the Most High intended to remove him from the earth.
So right there, you got removed from the earth. Let's go to Hebrews 11 and 5. So we know Enoch is in heaven, still ministering.
That's right.
If you read up on him, you'll know that he is over all the angels except for 8 of them. That's how much power Enoch got. Hebrews 11 and 5.
Hebrews 11 and 5. By faith, Enoch was translated. He should not see death.
He should not see what?
He should not see death.
So he never died, go.
And was not found because the Most High had translated him.
Translated him.
For before his translation, he had his testimony that he pleased the Most High. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is a render of them that diligently seek him.
Okay, that's good. But that show you right there that he was translated, took into heaven. So we know that the only way you can get into heaven is you got to have a different body. So at this time, Enoch is like an angel.
Mm-hmm.
He's been translated into like an angel now.
That's right.
So now we're going to handle the next witness. Let's go to 2 Kings. I'm going to show you the significance of the 2 witnesses and knowing who they are.